What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be going over everything that wide receivers need to work on to play at the Division I level. So we're going to talk about some different things that they're looking for at the D1 level, and then giving you guys some drills to work on those aspects of your game. Let's get started. Now, something that you'll be faced with at the Division I level is physical DBs. So they're going to want to see if you can get off a physical press coverage jam as a wide receiver. So an easy way to work the hand technique that is required to beat a physical press DB is you just get a soccer goalpost, a football goalpost, and just work different repetitions of different hand technique movements. So the thing about hand technique is, guys, it takes repetition. It's like a lot of things with the wide receiver position. You do it so many times until you can't forget it. There's not like some secret recipe. There's not some secret formula like Mr. Miyagi type thing I could teach you. It takes repetition, and it's doing the boring stuff over and over again. So in theory, if you're facing a DB who's in press coverage, let's say he's inside shade like where this pole is on me right now, and let's say I want to take an outside release, right? My goal is not to beat both hands. My goal is just to beat his outside hand. So I can do a release, whatever I want to do, and my game plan is just to beat his outside hand. So there's a couple different ways that we can do that, and that's what you want to rep out on this goalpost. And we're going to show you how these movements should look full speed here in a second, because again, I want to give you some drills that you could actually apply. So the first one, guys, there's really three movements I like. I like the swat and dip. I like the swat and chop, and then I just like the swat with the outside hand, okay? So those are the three movements that I want to work on this pole, and you want to do probably about 10 to 12 reps of each one going each way. Now, the one that I don't like is the swat and rip over the top, because you expose your rib cage and a DB can easily recover. But if you can rep out those three movements and do probably 4 to 5 sets of 10 to 12 reps every time that you hit the field, that hand technique is going to be muscle memory. You do a release, and it's going to be muscle memory to work that type of movement. So we're going to show you how that should look full speed. Now, fellas, before we show you that example full speed of the drill, if you are a wide receiver and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this off season, we're going to be traveling out to 8 more cities across the entire country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. So guys, go to that very first link in the description if you would like to sign up. Our next camp is going to be in Seattle, Washington. That camp is completely sold out, but after that, we'll be heading out to Chicago, Illinois, Newark, New Jersey, Birmingham, Alabama, Houston, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Columbus, Ohio, Boise, Idaho, and finishing off our tour in Los Angeles, California. So guys, want some more information? Very first link in that description below. That's where you can sign up, see the locations that we're going to, the exact fields, the exact dates. And guys, all of those camps that I just mentioned, we only have about 5 spots remaining at each camp. All of our camps sell out way in advance because we only limit the amount of spots because we want each athlete to get a specific amount of coaching and one-on-one attention. We can't do that with 200 plus people there. I'm sure I'd love to have all you attend, but we just can't do that, and it can't give quality coaching reps. So guys, make sure you take advantage of us having available spots. Very first link in that description below. Now, something that they will expect of you at the Division I level, fellas, is having a hard stick or explosive cuts at the top of the break. So for routes like post, corners, out routes, dig routes, they expect receivers to be able to put that foot in the ground, be able to cut, and be able to cut on a dime. So this is a great drill to work on that. Now, what's going to help you have a more explosive cut is going to be your foot strike, and that's what I want you guys to keep in mind on this. I call this our 45-degree stick drill. It's essentially 4 cuts, but the process, or I guess you could say the mechanics that you want to keep in mind is what part of your foot hits the ground first, and that's got to be the ball of your foot. To be an explosive player, an explosive athlete, you never want to be flat-footed. That's why some of the worst athletes are generally guys that are on like the flatter foot side of things, if you will. So you don't ever want to strike the ground heel-toe. A lot of wide receivers, because they feel it'll slow them down when they cut, they go heel, toe slaps down, their foot can extend, but what they do with their back foot is they'll drag, because that's going to be their source of balance, because when you go heel-toe, generally your foot is outside of your frame. We don't want to do that, guys. I want to shoot my foot down into the grass or the turf as hard as possible, stick, but the whole foot can hit the ground, but the ball of the foot hits first. And the reason why the ball of the foot hits first is because I can push and explode off of the ball of my foot. So that's what I want to keep in mind on this drill. Now, from cone to cone, you guys, we are only going to be taking 3 steps. On my 3rd step, that's going to be that explosive stick cut. So you're going to start out here, your left foot's going to be up, set, go. You could take a jab step if you want to get you into this drill, but bam, 1, 2, stick. Ball to foot hits first. I push the next cone. 1, 2, stick. 1, 2, stick. Coming out, and we could end up catching like a post ball if we have a quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, just make sure you accelerate out and run full speed. So you're going to be doing, I would say, 6 reps of this drill. Focus on ball to foot hitting first and pushing from cut to cut. Only take 3 steps. I recommend walking through and jogging through before you go full speed. But we'll show you a full speed example of this right now. Now, something you're going to have to do at the next level as a wide receiver when you're facing press coverage DBs is being able to give releases that allow you to react off of how a DB plays. So you're going to see a lot of DBs who are very, very talented at the Division I level, at really honestly any level of college football, and they're going to do a great job at disguising their coverage or their leverage when they're facing you in press. So let's say, for example, we're going to give a drill to work on a release called a split release here in a second, which is probably my favorite release to work when you have to react off of a DB, and you could set up other releases off of this. So let's say I line up and I got a DB who's right in front of me. Let's use this hurdle, like press coverage right in front of me here. He's head up. He may stay there. He may shade to the inside. He may shade to the outside. I don't know exactly what he's doing. So that's why a split release is great. What a split release is your front foot steps out and your back foot steps straight up. A lot of people refer to this as a come to balance release because both feet are in the grass and you are balanced. Now, reason why you do this is because you can release inside or you can release outside based off of what the DB does. And remember, it's a more talented DB at this Division I level. So let's say he shades to the inside, split, I can just go outside. Let's say he shades outside, split, I go the opposite way. So this drill is going to be working on our split release, having some twitch to the split release, and being able to move. Now, this is where a lot of guys get tripped up. They do this split release, but because they're trying to react, they make everything super slow. So they're trying to read the DB, so they'll and like go super slow with their feet. That's not what we want to do on a split release, guys. On a split release, there's got to be some twitch to it. You shouldn't jump. Your feet should be hitting the grass fast. You should not, you should think of it like your feet are trying to cut grass, okay? So this drill works on having that twitch because we're gonna start in our stance, split, stance, split again. And it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be rapid fire. So what we're gonna do, we got 3 separate hurdles. Each hurdle is about 2 to 3 yards away. We're coming out facing this way. Our left foot's going to be up on each one of these, okay? So it's gonna be set, go. We're going to split. Left foot goes out, back foot goes straight up, split. Then you're gonna pop back to your stance, split again, and then you're gonna burst up to the next hurdle. Left foot's up again. Split, stance, split, burst up here. Same exact thing. Split, stance, split. Then we come out. Do not rush it. Do not go split, stance, split, and then you rush the move. Take the time to have both feet make contact with the grass. We want to do 5 sets of this where your left foot is up, and then go 5 sets where your right foot is up. You don't even have to move the hurdles. You just switch your stance because we're still working the exact same type of split release. So I'm going to show you how this should look full speed. Now, another thing they're going to require of you at the Division I level, you guys being able to drop your hips and get in and out of breaks that require you to drop your hips fast. So routes like comebacks, curls, digs. We're going to use a dig in this example because it's going to apply to this next drill that we're going to be talking about, and we'll of course show you this drill full speed. So let's say, for example, I have to run a 10 to 12 yard dig and I have a DB who's lined up inside shade press. We talked about this earlier. We're going to take that outside release. Maybe we do that split release. I give him a little jab to the inside, hold that leverage, beat his outside hand. But the next level, DBs are going to be fast, especially at the Division I level. So it's going to be harder for us to do something called restacking, right? So if I have to run 10 to 12 dig, I'm here, I give a move. Let's say I stack him and I get that DB trailing my back hip. At the top of the break, I give him a move like that stick drill that we worked on. But let's say he recovers because he's got some speed and he's right on my hip. 10 yards is approaching. What do I have to do? I got to drop my hips, hand on his hip or shoulder, swat, and slip back underneath him, right? They call it a throw by, and you obviously need to have a great violent hip drop to be able to get in and out. Because think about it, if that DB's watching our hips and we're so used to sinking our hips, beating the drum, and I go here, he's gonna have time to react, he will sit, and we're gonna run right into him. So this drill gets us comfortable trusting my hips to help me slow down. So you need a partner for this drill. If you don't have a partner on this drill, you could set up cones and do the exact same thing. But this drill is called red light, green light. So you see that white line over here? That's gonna be our starting point. You don't need any equipment for this drill. You're gonna take off on pretty much a dead sprint, not 100% out of control, but probably 95%. Long strides, good speed, leaning forward with your pad level like I'm chasing down a go ball. Your partner's gonna yell drop. When they yell drop, you're not gonna stop with your feet first, you're not gonna slow your feet down, you're not gonna slow yourself down, it's just gonna be a hip drop. And you could take as many steps as you want. Obviously, we want to eliminate as many steps as we want, but we're gonna show you how that should look full speed. I'm gonna go you like 50% right now, then we'll show full speed. But again, you come out, you're running, partner yells drop, drop. Get comfortable sitting down. 90-degree angle. Think your hands are trying to tie your shoelaces or your hands go to your heels. Ball of the foot hits the ground first, and we are using that position to slow us down, because the quicker I could drop my hips, less time a DB has to react. So we're gonna show you how that drill should look full speed. Great drill to work on that violent hip drop that you need at the next level. Now, before we show that drill full speed, fellas, if you are a wide receiver and you guys would like a 2-month-long daily workout schedule that you can follow, go to that second link in the description below for our elite wide receiver training package. What that package will give you is 2 months of daily gym workouts and field route running workouts like we are giving you right now. We give you the exact sets and reps of the gym exercises and field exercises. We give you an exact video example of how it should look, and we walk you through 2 months, Monday through Sunday, of workouts to follow to become a better wide receiver. So guys, second link in that description below. We'd love to get you on that.